Hello everyone, I'm Chris Du, Product Manager, and today I'm going to walk you through secure access to your business data through Popdock AI and MCP. What I'm showing you right away is inside of the Claude interface, we're securely connecting to our Popdock environment. This is where we essentially have one MCP server that rules them all. We can now connect to 10, 20, 100 different systems in a secure manner and make that data available to our AI experiences. We can even lock down specific areas and we can choose to make it ask you each time for permission or automatically grant that to you. So let's start with the first role, the persona of the salesperson. In this case, the salesperson in this example gets an email. It's a voicemail transcription, and it's in Spanish. Well, I don't know Spanish, so I'm going to go out to my um, Claude client, and I'm going to ask it to translate the text of this from the Spanish to a language that I know, English. And I'm going to go a little bit further. I'm actually going to say, can you also tell me if this is an existing customer of ours inside of our NetSuite system? So there we go. Now it's starting to go through. It's translating everything. So now it's in English, so I can read that a little easier. And then it's asking. So this is one of the ones where I said every time I want you to ask me if I want to allow access to go retrieve data from our NetSuite system. So it's using some of the information from the text that was translated, and it's going out and saying, yes, here you go. We know you have that customer because it matches perfectly with what you have, and here's some the information from the issue. And now, what do we do about it? This is where the power of AI starts coming together with MCP, is that now we can say, not only do I want to see the data, but I want to create a brand new help desk ticket for this issue. And so now I've taken action on it and I've moved it to the next person. We'll see as this comes up in a moment. It should now have created a Zendesk ticket in this case for us. It's marked as urgent since it got that from the voicemail translation. And now we have all of the details inside of there for us to do something with it. So now let's step into the persona of the help desk agent. The help desk agent in this case is using Zendesk, and so we're going to jump inside of the interface. Popdock's in here once again, and we have AI embedded right inside of this solution. So now we have the help desk agent saying, hey, do we have any NetSuite orders for this customer? And I'm going to go look it up and say, let's go see, do we have they ordered from us before? And so now from this ticket that was generated through our MCP server, we now can see, oh, here we go. Looks like this Ericsson, the bike shop, has a number of transactions with us in the past. And so we can see that they have been a pretty good customer of ours over the years. But since we're seeing that there's some issues, we want to know, are there other customers out there that maybe are experiencing similar type issues? And so since they indicated it was with the battery, let's go look amongst our other help desk tickets, not just the one that we're on. Let's go find other tickets that may have some information on it and tell us that maybe we have not just an isolated issue, but we might have a much bigger issue. And sure enough, as this comes up, we can see that there are multiple customers that have been running into this issue. And this is maybe something we need to do something a little bit more about. So there you go. There's our recommended actions. And the next step really is to take it from our help desk agent to the product manager. So now persona number 3, the product manager, we send them off a Teams message. We can do that again right through AI. But here's some information saying, hey, I think you need to look a little deeper in there. There's some issues. So the product manager goes out there and says, all right, what do I want to look a little bit deeper into? So let's say that in this case, I want to know, okay, what have we sold overall? Let's go find all of the quantities and the dates that we sold them. Maybe there was a bad batch that went out at that particular moment. So this is what's going out right now. And sure enough, we're getting this back from NetSuite. What's interesting about this, though, is it started in the NetSuite sales orders and says, hey, I need some additional information because you provided me the product. So let me go look in another piece of information from NetSuite, and I want to go find the line items. And now I have the details I need to tell you the dates and the quantities and everything like that so that we now are a little more informed. So what comes next, right? Now we know we have sold a number of units. Looks like July, we sold 10 different units, but this is what the product manager wants to know. Which tickets or which customers have really an issue that's out there right now? And so we're going to go through back out into the help desk system in this case, and we're going to go find whether they have some additional information. Again, maybe additional tickets, maybe there's additional customers out there. We're actually looking in two different Zendesk systems. As you can see, there's a sandbox as well. And what starts getting interesting is it starts revealing that it's not just one customer that's had the issue, it is multiple customers that have brought this up to us. And so we can see three of our really big customers have reported tickets to us. And now, again, we may have a bigger issue, and the product manager needs to start taking action on it. So, what's one of the logical things? Well, they have a Reddit group that people are part of. What are people saying out there? Let's go look in there. But maybe even beyond just the one Reddit, why don't we look at a much wider um, social media presence? So let's look at all kinds of social media and let's combine it with the Zendesk tickets and let's take it a step further. Let's see what kind of sentiment we have overall for our products that are out there. So this is where, again, this is probably more the classic search that you're used to with these AI engines and these large language models, is that they're going out and they are using the resources that have been available to them traditionally, whether it's web resources or things like that. So this particular part is not, it's not super interesting to us because everything we've done so far is we've made the AI a bit smarter with the data that we've been providing through Popdock. That's the power of what we're doing. But this is where I think when you marry the two, when you take an example of meaningful business data to your company and you marry it with the power of the web to go find industry trends, or again, maybe like I said, in this case, a much wider web to find the overall sentiment analysis. And so we can start seeing a picture forming that, we actually do have some negative things that are out there on maybe multiple social media platforms. And again, this is something that we can't just let sit any longer. It gives us some great examples, right? This is the beauty of our AI engines, is that it starts helping you saying, maybe you should think about this. Maybe you need to think about your reputation, right? Maybe this is going to be very large in that capacity. So on to the sales manager, right? Now we know we had an issue, but now we're telling the sales manager, you got to do something about this. So we had a number of items that we're going to ship. We're going to say no. We're running to Salesforce and we're saying, hey, the sales manager, go ahead and mark those as not shipped. Sometimes AI is actually, it's nice have a little bit of human intelligence in there, a little HI. And so we have a human going in looking at it. Now, that same sales manager jumps inside of NetSuite and can see that we have, again, some of these orders that have been placed on hold. So now we're not going to ship those out. But what's really cool about this is we have AI embedded once again. So this is Claude. We're still using Claude in this example, but this could be Gemini. It could be another like a Chat GPT. Those are probably three of the most common ones we're seeing right now. But what we're able to do is right inside of this context, right inside of NetSuite, we can make any piece of information available and a little bit smarter. So what I'm asking it to do right now is to say, let's go for each one of these customers in here. Let's give them a $100 credit memo or a gift card for just kind of goodwill, just saying, hey, we realize we have an issue going on. We want to just give you a little something while we try to get it fixed. and we're committed to getting it fixed in the future. So now you can see, again, instead of just seeing something, we actually did something about it where we started creating those credit memos for each and every one of those customers. So now, again, this is where the marriage of AI comes together. We say, give me an email. Let's craft an email to send out to everyone saying that we're sorry, saying that we gave them the gift card, right? We didn't just do it inside of the system, but now we're telling them that we did it. And let's fire up an email and get that out there. Now, let's take it one step further. Wouldn't it be great if we also updated Salesforce at this point? And that's where the power, again, once again, MCP and AI comes to the rescue, because now we can have that activity logged right inside of Salesforce at the same time. So it's not just giving you some data, it's allowing us to interact with it and make it actionable and to complete that whole process. So today, again, I think I showed you the power of Popdock AI and MCP, and again, allowing secure access to your internal business data.